coming up.
Game of the year is what I called it. I think that's what you put on there because that game was unbelievable.
They won.
This is the only thing I'll say. I don't know. Canyon student section. If I'm going to say something about a student section,
Signal Sports Hot 10 is brought to you in part by Total Woman Gym and Day Spa and Nissan of Valencia.
Hi, I'm Dan Sturkle, Executive Manager of Nissan of Valencia. We take pride in the fact that we've donated over $50,000 to Santa Clarita schools, including new cars and scholarships. We're home to the $99 down delivers on any vehicle, even if you have had credit issues. Our customer satisfaction in sales and service has been through the roof since taking over, which means you'll always get treated with honesty and respect from our expert staff before, during, and after buying or servicing a car at Nissan of Valencia. So please, come visit us soon.
All right, so I leave the Canyon Valencia game at halftime. It looks like...
Time out. What did you leave for?
Well, I tried to go to multiple games. I went over to the Hart Saugus game.
Did you have a date, or?
Did I have a date?
With
no.
Like Hart cheerleaders? I mean, I just,
I did have some brownies. I did have a shirt that I forgot to bring. Are y'all just jealous that you didn't get any brownies?
No. Here's the thing, is that
they were good brownies. They had Oreos.
The Signal Twitter account into the Vince. This is the point where you put the @Vince Johnson thing right here. You've turned our Twitter account, the sports account, into your personal glorification account.
Oh,
right.
It was brownies. They were fantastic brownies.
Yeah, it's not about sports.
It's about everything surrounding sports, the general vibe around Signal Sports.
Signal General Vibe on Twitter.
Signal Sports General Vibe. All right, so
we're changing the password this week, by the way.
Okay,
that's a good idea.
So Cade Apsay, Zach Chua, the Cabrera twins, all huge first halves. Do we put them on this list this week, or do we put a bunch of Valencia players on this week?
I think you put both. I think, first of all, I think that Game of the Year is what I called it. I think that's what you put on there, because that game was unbelievable. You left, so you don't know, because Brownies or something like that. Cade was unbelievable the whole game. He threw for over 400 yards. Valencia got him in the end. But Liam Cabrera is the guy that deserves to be on there for Canyon. And then on top of that, Valencia, you've got Jake Wallace, you've got Nick Jones, you've got Justin Sun, you've got...
This is going to be such a tough week. There really are about 20 people that could perhaps be on this list from that Canyon Valencia game alone. Yep. We could fill out this whole list with just Canyon and Valencia players.
Why don't we do that? That'd be novel, because we'd be putting sports on there.
But that wouldn't be very much fun.
It doesn't create enough buzz.
Let's keep talking about sports.
Quick with a southern drawl.
Quick shout out to Spencer Clem. 5 touchdowns in the first half for Trinity.
Okay.
At least worth a mention.
Sure.
Nick Jones, you mentioned him. He has to be close to the top of this list. He made the play that changed everything.
Nick, the funny thing about Nick, in the preseason we did a poll on who's the fastest guy in the Foothill League, and it's Nick Jones. It is Nick Jones, and he finished third, and we had a joke about that after the game. He's the fastest guy. He proved it on that 98-yard touchdown.
And on Twitter, Brock Vereen, a shout out to the Valencia Vikings. This is what he said. Don't think just because I live in Minnesota I don't get the play-by-play. Someone tell Nick Jones he's a beast. Then that was retweeted by Shane Vereen. That's a lot of Nick Jones love. That's a lot of Nick Jones buzz.
Speaking of Brock Vereen in Minnesota, I mentioned it last week. They pick up another big victory. They beat Nebraska. We've got 2 locals on that team, Drew Wolotarski, Brock Vereen. Vince, pay attention.
Minnesota, the Vereen brothers could be. Brownies, T-shirts, Brady White, they could be on this list.
Shane Vereen's coming back.
Okay, on the field, it was a huge comeback for Valencia.
Yep.
Off the field, Viking Nation came into that game as a 14-point favorite over the Green Machine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And quite honestly, I'm just going to keep talking. And quite honestly, I feel like the Green Machine... The Green Machine just totally dominated Viking Nation from start to finish. I feel like we got kind of a complacent Viking Nation. And I think that the Green Machine might take their place on this list this week.
My papers, they didn't want to listen to you.
They didn't want to listen, so you just created a chaos in the middle of the newsroom.
Sure. This is a one-way conversation.
But you were only there for the first half, so I mean, even in terms of student section breakdowns, you can't even really
I was there.
You went to those games in the wrong order.
You're really losing this one.
I didn't go to those games.
Audience.
So do you have any thought on Viking Nation versus
I wasn't at the game.
Green Machine?
That's an interesting point that you made, because before that game, I told you should come to the end of the Valencia Canyon game and you should start at Saugus Hart. And what did you do?
I switched it up at the last minute.
Because you had a brownie kind of thing?
No, I could have had my brownies at any point in the game.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else that should be on this list this week?
I think some people should stay on the list. Samantha Ortega should stay on the list.
What happened?
She broke a school record, possibly, it's unconfirmed, but possibly an SCB record at the Mount Sac Invitational this week.
And if you didn't know, the Mount Sac Invitational is a pretty big deal.
Mount Sac.
One of the biggest cross-country, invitationals in the world.
In the world?
It really is, yeah.
Whoa. I had no idea.
Max Homa. Hey, another one.
Max Homa, that's true. He's in Q school. He blew through the first stage of Q school.
Yeah, he
won.
did.
He actually was a medalist at his event.
West Ranch defense.
West Ranch defense.
Shutout.
I'll keep shouting out to the student sections. The Golden Valley student section apparently came to play. We get a lot of tweets about them.
What is it called? The Den?
The Den. So a lot of good nominees. We'll look it over. Come back.
My name is Lisa Polanski, and I'm the general manager of Total Woman Gym and Day Spa right here in the beautiful city of Valencia. We have your traditional group fitness classes, we have your strength machines, we have your cardio machines, we have a sauna, and also our full service day spa. Our day spa membership, which we're currently offering with 0 enrollment. That gives you the opportunity to come inside the gym for a full membership with the gym, including all group fitness classes, in addition to one service inside of our day spa every single month. So come down and see us so we can make you one total woman.
All right, so on the eve of perhaps the biggest game of the year, Hart versus Valencia this Friday night, and we have a new list. First of all, the bottom of the list, shout outs to both Hart Cheer and Aaron Lee, who wrote an article about us from West Ranch. Number 10, got Alicia Pierre. Carrie, I know you're going to be in favor of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Alicia is the Foothill League most valuable player in girls golf. First one from Golden Valley in the school's history, and then she moved on past the first round of CIF playoffs.
She absolutely has been making a name for herself, just a sophomore, pretty impressive.
And you and I watched her golf.
It was great. It was legit. It hitting shots that I would have no chance of hitting.
Yeah.
Liam Cabrera at number 9, huge week.
I'm a big Liam fan.
Part of the Cabrera twins.
Playmaker.
Both.
Izzy's going to be a little upset, but
Izzy's going to be a little upset, but he'll be happy for his brother in at number 9. Number 8, you got Max Homa. I know you have no problems there. We're on the Max Homa watch.
So far, so good.
So far, so
Here's
good.
Where it goes.
All right. So we've got two student sections on the list this week. Tribe knocked out Blue Crew last week. Green Machine knocked out Viking Nation. That's just the way it happened. I was at both games. That's the way I saw it. They won.
This is the only thing I'll say. I wasn't at the Hart Saugus game, so I don't know. Canyon student section, if I'm going to say something about a student section, was pretty darn good.
They were pretty darn good. They brought the America theme out. And when you go America, you have to go big. Canyon went big with America. And I think that they should be on this list. Valencia went with the blackout. Makes it a little hard to see at night sometimes. So at number 6, you've got Samantha Ortega. I moved her up on this list.
Wow.
But I knew that you would be shocked because I was trying to score some points because she ran a great race in the world's biggest race in the history of the world.
By the way, do you know the cross-country history of the Santa Clarita Valley, just how?
No, please give me a 10-minute diatribe on the...
I'll save you.
Okay.
Wow. Patronizing. Yeah.
Number 5, we've got the Minnesota Golden Gophers, the Marines, the Wolotarskis, everything that they're doing in the Big Ten. They, of course, go to the same school, so that's kind of cool. One from Valencia, one from Canyon. Number 4, we got the Green Machine. We've already talked about them. Number 3, I couldn't decide what to do here. So I put Nick Jones at number 2. I felt like he deserved his own spot. He was the big playmaker at the end of the game that really changed that game for good. But I put Valencia's guts. I couldn't decide if you go Malik Townsend, you go.
So you're going their intestinal tract on number 2.
Yes, I'm going for the small intestine of Valencia.
Okay.
Number 3 on this
Why
list.
guts though? I mean,
Well, if you want to change, do you think another name? How do you describe I didn't want to just put the comeback, but it was Malik Townsend, it was Jake Wallace, it was J.J. Wilson. It was a whole host.
Offense. Junior.
It was several. Justin Sun.
Walk punt, right?
Nguyen.
Jordan Wynn.
Yeah. I mean, they all had.
I'm okay with Valencia's intestinal tract.
Valencia's intestinal tract goes into
Valencia's intestinal fortitude.
goes in at number 3. They're going to need it this week. We've already talked about Nick Jones because number 1.
That's your number 1.
He's 8-0. He's going into the biggest game of the year.
How do you have a guy, Cade Apsey, who throws for over 400 yards? Did everything you saw, and I told you during that game, I said, look how good he is. Look at his footwork, look at his poise, look at his guts.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't mean to leave Cade Apsey off this list. He needs to be on this list somewhere.
How about, again,
I don't think
somewhere else.
I will say
Brady can be on the list. Sure.
Yeah, he should be on the list. He still had a huge. He threw for like 400.
We're going into the biggest game of the year. His team's 8-0.
Going into the biggest game. I mean,
Hart Valencia.
We play the biggest game.
Hart Valencia to this point is the biggest game in this year.
Both teams of the century.
Of the week. Both teams undefeated to this point in Foothill League play. Brady White is the team. They're the team.
Brady's done a great job. He deserves to be on the list. He doesn't deserve to be on number 1.
Well, they are the team.
Valencia had the biggest win.
Valencia had the biggest win.
Valencia has the most heat going into this game because of that big win that they just had, and they're playing against Hart. Hart hasn't done anything yet. They played Saugus. They beat Saugus handily.
Hart has held serve.
Yeah.
Is basically all they've done.
Okay, Hart wins this game? Yes, then we start.
Hart's got the chance to be a player on both the state and the national scene in a big way. They're undefeated. They beat Chaminade earlier this season.
Okay.
They beat everyone they've played. Valencia has 2 losses, right?
Yes.
So Valencia has 2 losses. That's why I think I think Hart has to be at number 1. I put Valencia at 2 and 3. And you have to have some representative of Hart, and I think it has to be
Brady should be on there. Yes.
I think it should be Brady White.
You have the tribe on
I think Valencia Guts should be clearly number 1.
Yes.
I mean, that though to come back 22 points down, I wasn't even at the game, and I know how big
it was. Incredible.
It was. I mean, out
of the 3 of us, I was the only one that was there that saw the whole thing.
And I was the only one that saw Brady White. And Brady White.
You see Brady White every week.
But Brady White. Where's Brady White?
You put Brady White on there when he throws like 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we don't put him at number 1 when he throws. Here's my Brady White poster. How did it get on the ground? So yeah, I think it's got to be Brady White at number 1. Which way are you going at number 1?
No.
Valencia Guts.
Valencia Guts.
And we've got to get Let's start over. We got to get Apsey on this list. Where does Apsey go?
Because students pick a student section.
No.
Yeah, right around.
What about Max Homa? He's been on this list for a few weeks.
So Max had a great week.
He can come off this week. Can he?
Student section can come off.
I don't know if he can come off.
I think. Well, I mean, you don't want Ortega to come off.
No.
You don't want Elisa Pierre to come off.
No.
So I think that just for this week, Max Homa's not going to watch the show anyway.
Let me ask you a question though. Why does Max come off and we still have 2 student sections on there? Pick one.
Well, because the student sections create more buzz than Max Homa this week. For this week, Max Homa will be on this list again. He's been on this list before. For this week, Cade Apsey dropping down a little bit because they lost, but he still had a monster week. Apsey in at number 8. All right, so now.
Why must we have 2 students, 2, 3, 4 student sections every week?
We just have 2 student sections.
But Max Homa was the medalist. He won Q school.
You want to bring off Verdine and Wally?
No, we said the student sections.
The tribe. If you want to make me pick one, the tribe has to come off. Everybody at Hart hates me now anyway.
Yeah, so. I mean it's Hart with you.
There's not too much Hart. Hart was great on Saturday,
they beat
Friday.
Saugus 38-3.
And you were watching the cheerleaders the whole time anyway.
Yeah.
So. We just go to Instagram. The evidence is there. Yeah.
All right. So
maybe there was something in those brownies.
The brownies were phenomenal.
Okay.
They had Oreos in the top of them.
Great.
All right. So Brady White, Nick Jones, Valencia Guts. Who goes at number 1? You can't go top
Valencia.
2. Can't be Valencia.
Why can't it? It's been hard before.
We've had like the top 6 is Hart.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Broken wings. Do you want to switch up? Do you want Harrington to go here?
You don't want Brady at number 1. Is that Both of you?
Yes.
That's true. Valencia's guts.
I said Valencia guts.
So Valencia's guts is going at number 1.
I still think guts is like a comeback is impressive, but does it take guts to come back?
Well, do you want to call it a comeback?
It's just a label. It's.
Do you want to call it?
It's both their lower and upper intestines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Vikings guts, the comeback, however you want to say that. Make up your own verbiage. Brady White, Nick Jones at number 2 and 3.
You win, you get him at number 3.
I get him at number 2. Thank you. Brady White at number 2.
I don't understand this. This poor kid. He must think that you're some really creepy weirdo who's docking him every week.
Brady White at number 2, and Nick Jones, 98-yard touchdown pass.
He throw or catch it.
Yeah, have you talked to Brady White recently?
All right. So there's our list for this week. Should be a good game on Friday.
What is number 11?
This is shout-outs. This is a new thing we're doing, shout-outs at the bottom.
Why?
We're doing shout-outs for people that we want to do shout-outs for.
You mean you want to
By
do
we,
shout-outs for?
I mean
Kind of like
me.
the Signal Sports
They're
Twitter
bribing
account, the
you.
one that you've hijacked and you tweet pictures about yourself with cheerleaders and brownies.
We're changing the password.
We're changing the password.
Yep.
I'll change it first. Stamp it in.
Stamp it.